Due to the enormous weight and size of ammonia converters, they were usually transported in 2 to 3 parts and then were welded and assembled at their final destination. This decreased the lifespan of the equipment substantially. Tata Chemicals Limited, for their fertilizer plant in Babrala district, Badayan, Uttar Pradesh, required an ammonia converter in a single piece to be fabricated and assembled at the supplier's factory. Never before in the history of any fertilizer industry in India has anyone ever attempted to transport a converter of this size and weight crossing 3 states of India. Tata Chemicals Limited finalized the order for supply of the ammonia converter in one piece with Larsen & Toubro, Hazira, Gujarat, on an ex-work basis from Hazira. As the scope of the transportation for the converter was with Tata Chemicals Limited, it invited bids for this mammoth multimodal transportation task. The main focus was on the safety of all the bridges that were to be used in the transportation to Babrala. The contract for transportation was awarded to the most experienced and most capable logistics company, RRC International Freight Services Limited, headed by Mr. Ramesh R. Agarwal, CMD. Mr. Agarwal has 30 years experience of handling logistics for complete core sector projects and heavy lifts in over 100 projects across India in the fields of steel, cement, fertilizers, thermal, hydro, and petrochemical products, just to name a few. The planning for this Herculean task took almost 9 months, with 6 complete route surveys taking almost 6 months. It was imperative to overcome all the challenges and hurdles that RRC had foreseen. The details were checked and rechecked by RRC to ensure smooth transportation of this converter, without compromising its safety. The route chosen spanned 3 states. The first phase was to transport the converter from L&T Hazira to Mundra port in Gujarat by barge. The second phase was from Mundra port to Atrauli railway siding in Uttar Pradesh by road. The third phase was from Atrauli railway siding to TCL's Babrala railway siding by railway wagon. Lastly, internal shifting from Babrala railway siding to the TCL site. Once the route was chalked out, major bypasses were created especially for this shift, in order to avoid long-span bridges and weak and damaged bridges. This included the construction of a bypass over the Yamuna River at Agra, which was 270 meters long, 13 meters wide, and 4.5 meters in depth. A 2.7 kilometer approach road was also created to bring the loaded consignment from the bypass to the highway. This was particularly tricky as the locals use the Yamuna's water for drinking. Furthermore, construction of a bypass is considered as a diversion of water and therefore is not allowed. However, these difficult permissions were obtained and RRC got the job done. A major bypass was also created by RRC on the Aligarh to Mathura road because the existing long-span bridge was damaged. Additional challenges were faced when RRC encountered the winter cold, fog, and heavy rainfall, which at times hampered the visibility, construction, and movement. Absolutely no compromises were made on the materials used for this mega shift. 676 truckloads of boulders, 110,000 sandbags, 96 hume pipes, and 1,114 truckloads of river sand. Cranes, hydras, dumpers, bulldozers, rollers, water tankers, JCBs, amongst others, were used relentlessssly for 2 months. This enormous task was witnessed by senior officials of TCL, namely Mr. V.K. Bhatia, Mr. A.P. Parmeshwaram, Mr. O.P. Tripathi, Mr. Rajiv Shukla, Mr. M.S. Prasad, and others. It is their confidence in RRC that made this collaboration a success. Several official permissions were successfully obtained, which include those from the Gujarat Maritime Board, river authorities, customs and ports for barging movement, and the PWD, NHAI, and the RTO for road movements. Everything had written approval from the concerned government authorities. After setting out on the 14th of November 2011, the 310-ton ammonia converter was delivered by RRC unscathed to the TCL plant in Babrala on the 21st of April 2012. Combined with Mr. Agarwal's vast experience, the use of state-of-the-art equipment, marine and heavy lift experts, and a trained crew, RRC International Freight Services Limited emerged triumphant in the task of multimodal transportation for TCL.